Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane. We're off here to a 2 vs 2 on LastMohican right here after a quick patch, apparently for some maintenance and other fun stuff, which of course swaps my replay archive. And as usual, I then don't get any replays for some time, so of course I have to make do with whatever there is. So my pardons if there might be some lapses in excitement during this match. And of course, as always, to those who are sending in replays, do send me a link to where on the leaderboard you are, in particular if you are sending in a 2 vs 2, because I'm going to be a lot less likely to look at them if I have something else. Again, I do tend to put 2 vs 2s under a lot more scrutiny and a bit higher standards in some regards if possible. In particular if I don't know the players. Anyways, we're looking here at the LastMohicans and Jove fighting here for Germany, for the Reich, taking on Kampfgruppe Richard versus Tnrg, and Neo fighting here for the Soviet Union. And the 215th Rifle Corps. Points are being secured here rapidly in the name of the Soviet Union. We're seeing lots of grenadiers. We're seeing some MD-42s also arriving here for the Germans. Commanders are mechanized support, anti-infantry and shot rifle. Neo with advanced warfare, shot rifle and Soviet industry. Jove with Jaeger armor, close air support and spearhead. And finally the last of the Mohicans with Jaeger armor, assault support and elite troops. So back here to Tnrg. Nothing has a problem. Company start from Neo. With a Maxim probably arriving initially. Yes, indeed. Need to be careful here that German players don't spread themselves out too far. So far, Jove seems to be focusing a bit more. On the other hand, LastMohican is leaving some of his units a bit more on their own. And we're noting here a Granatenwerfer also arriving here for the LastMohicans. And a Granatenwerfer 34. Primary medium mortar for the Germans. Although for a brief time it was actually designated, I believe it's the heavy medium mortar for the Germans. Although that was until they really got a hold of the 12cm mortar after they copied it off the Russians. Nice positioning in the building with the Grenadiers, going to make things here rather uncomfortable with the combat engineers. At the same time, we see here an immediate blocking position has been established by Tnrg. Nice positioning on the sandbags, although Yuri Vasily, wrong side. There you go. The squad might find themselves suppressed here by the MD-42. Although at the same time, another squad charges in from another angle. Well played here. The lag routine again. The fact that the LastMohican spread himself out leaves his support weapons unattended and rather vulnerable here to an infantry assault. For some reason, managed to pull off nonetheless. Small here firing in support. Bit close there. MD-42 stopping the constant advance bit on the razor's edge here a few times. Up north, another engagement has been brutally won there. The Russians pushed out with the jackboot. Conscripts here continuing to hold out. Stalwartly enduring in the name of the Soviet peoples. And then again, this MD-42 is actually out in light to no cover, which actually means to a certain extent it's actually an easy target for the conscripts on heavy cover. And you have to care about those kinds of engagements. There we go, finally suppressed. So now things should be slightly more to the Germans' advantage here, if the Granatenwerfer crew could actually hit. Maxim covering the flank here, another Maxim. Ooh, a bit outmaneuvered there, a bit outmaneuvered. So now we have rhyming for Jove. Finally some more infantry here for LastMohicans. There we go, Coach squad almost out there, but the Granatenwerfer might lose it. Fall back, Boris. Oh, mortar round hits a stone wall. And there we got manoeuvres, setting up S-mines right here. A bold maneuver here, aggressive maneuver at the same time. Space squad going here, the field point, the Germans are going all in, but at the same time, one can't help but feel they might be overextending themselves a bit. And there we go, Coach squad wiped out. A minor loss there for the Soviet peoples, though the Soviet peoples will be quick to replace them and move on. Pushing up here, trying to hold the car point, but at the same time, the Maxim in the building, that's actually quite a threat here to the Germans, since they actually have nothing to push the Maxim out quickly. And that means they actually be able to sort of lay down some nasty fuss right here. The Germans should actually consider pulling back. We also need to neatly micro up, so denying the S-mines there. Also, a mortar has arrived here for Neo. So overall, this position is quickly getting untenable for the Germans, and they should fall back. Come on, Jove, don't stick to it. Your MD is already getting suppressed. They're getting hit by mortars, getting hit by Maxims. This position is no good. So we found sniper moving up here, finding it in support, but the MG42 is down already there, and MG42 has been handed to the Russians. That was definitely, I would say, a bad call right there by Jove. I hate to say so, but the boss also looks like he's fortifying up here with another minefield. Again, already minefield out, so the effect will be limited if he push in there. Sending the barbed wire. The snipers. What are you doing? What are you doing, Jove? By Jove, get him out of there! Right there, a series of bad judgment calls have really crippled Jove within the first few minutes. Handing over an MG42 and losing a sniper like that, that was definitely not capital thinking right there. At the same time, looks like the small position there has finally been abandoned by the Grenadiers. Now we're seeing LastMohican's position being rather rapidly overextended. His mortar, by the way, rather far ahead. Bit of a dangerous position. Grenadiers heavily wounded, moving forward. Looks like he's doing his best to sort of wire off here, but at the same time, you know, Heinz, maybe we should have been on the other side of the barbed wire. Scheiße, you're right. Scout car there arriving. Lots of Russian infantry pushing forwards. Grenadiers here need to fall back. Getting almost wiped out there by heavy mortar fire. No command bunker at the front line, so we should just get them out of there. That is definitely way too risky. Okay, let's go sneaking in that rifle grenading. Nice hit there on the mortar crew. Scout car, they're moving in. The Grenadiers could get close to 50, get off a Panzer pipe. At the same time, the 50 caliber and the Scout car is definitely doing its work. Pioneers have finally forced away. German force moving up. Another MG40 here for Jove, who's definitely struggling there after those heavy losses in the early game. Then it's taking up position there. Can Jove here establish a strong position and bleed out the Russians, or what will happen at the same time? Things are not looking good here. MG42 here in the church. Mortar bombarding. Glory getting suppressed. MG42 running from a nearby house. And there we go. The scout cars rising in flame first, burning away.
AT gun is ready for combat.
LastMohicans, Joe, having had a rather unfortunate start here. One either pushing too far and not pulling back in time, the other one extending a bit too much with his forces, leaving his support weapons dangerously unguarded. MG42 there cleared out. A second MG42 down here for the Germans. The Pioneers can't hold it, and that means Tnrg could be able to steal it. That would definitely be another heavy blow there to Zerreich within the first few minutes of the game. Already there, 2 MG42s have been lost and handed over maybe to the enemy. And neither of these German players are slouches, so it's a bit surprising they rather kept extending like that, perhaps being a bit too optimistic with it. Using another sniper here. Jove continuing to extend with this early game here. Another MG42, another sniper despite the previous losses. This is some pretty high risk stuff. Scout can from the MG42. No, MG42's active a slight chance of penetrating now. Oh, well, higher penetration actually. Plus the scout car's lower armor, but now the scout car does get behind things. So let's effect guys moving in support. Guys continuing to hold that versus counter squad. Minefield here apparently. There we go, retreating. Won't be retreating through the minefield though. And of course, a slight flaw in the plan, since you know anyone that can clear the barbed wire will of course have the ability to clear out the S-mines. So ultimately, there's a slight flaw there in what Jove did. I suppose another slightly awkward call, if you will. Maximum firing already veteran 2, closing on veteran 2. MG42's now had to retreat. The one Grenadier squad holding up things here. Also looks like Neo has lost one infantry squad already a bit there. But the Germans are highly contained. We're noting a half take out their Mittelschützen Panzerwagen for Jove. Was apparently actually supposed to be called a Grenadier Panzerwagen after they changed their 1942-43, where all German infantry divisions and Panzers were known to being Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers. So, slight fun fact there. But apparently it never really caught on. Interestingly enough. Since you'll still see pretty much it referred to as always as the Schützenpanzerwagen.
It's done.
So, little fun fact. It's not something you see mentioned very often, but apparently it was the case.
Capture complete. The sector is at risk.
Half track there, fighting up close there as the Conscript looks like they don't have any anti-tank grenades. And there go Pioneers arriving to reinforce. Snipers sneaking up there. And Gewehr 43's up, considering I think he's only got elite troops, so he must have gone for that. Well, with the Gewehr 43's anyways. Then it is on the run. Guards infantry doing their best to hold back. Oh! Good lord, looks like that was a mine. Or something else, oh, that's explosive either way. Pioneers, dead. The Germans are definitely struggling here in the early game. A bit of a weak one they had. And now we're seeing close air support up, close air support and elite troops. Will the Luftwaffe be able to turn things around? Quick move up there, stun grenades up by the looks of it. Allowing them to close further than the Conscript, go putting away, Scout half tech moving up to support. It would seem, again they're splitting a bit out, looks like though at the same time they're focusing a bit over here, which I suppose looks better. MG42 left on their own, hit Jove once more, leaving an MG42 to its own devices. Sniper sneaking up here on their own, mortar fire going in there from the Russians. 2 mortars up by the way now, 2 mortars. That's definitely going to make things further unpleasant. Half tech should probably try to get behind there, pop up the flamethrower engineers. Heavy mining in the village centre though. Well done there by Neo. That's definitely going to make it more awkward. And they're going to MG42 forced away. Nice small flank there. Snipers though covering from the other side of the lake. Oh, that was definitely one close shave right there. Could have hit the mine. Sniper looks like he got the combat engineers enacting vengeance for all the German soldiers lost. Shock troops arrived here for Neo. Pushing forward. Heavy and enduring machine gun fire here. 2 Soviet MG42s really laying down the hurt. Support armor co-op here for the LastMohicans. They have had able to hold the fuel for some time, so it's not all bad, but they're definitely struggling a bit. Also knowing here that Jove has plenty of 2 Panzer squads by the way here, so looks like he's running in some rather serious infantry. Badass going in there from a field gun. Can't seem to hit, or they're shooting at something which isn't there. But there you go, Panzer Grenadier moving in. Pioneers coming in from another side. Can he get the field gun? Maybe even secure it for Germany. It's a Reich. Meanwhile, man engaging up here. Panzer is moving in as the well, the Maximus is playing. No, they're forced back here. Out of the Panzer is acting out also in bad position. They're quite exposed to a lot of heavy fire. Field gun though was cleared out. They could consider securing it with the Pioneers and putting it back there. Also adding something they could barrage with. Oh dear, Panzer squad there pushed back again. Jove does seem to be exchange still, but he does seem to be not quite considering pulling back units in time. And he's rather suffering heavily because of that. Which is then making it harder for the German tank to hold on to the map. Probably should stop up here to burn away at the guards infantry up close. Rather they lost a great opportunity to really damage them up close. Half tank here damaged. And the first Panzer Company here, LastMohicans, although we're noting here support mechanized armor company and a tank tank command is more or less up. Now of course the Pioneers, it is too late. They lost the opportunity. Panzers here firing with only 1 man firing from the window. Even with the assault rifle, it's going to be a bit limited what effect they can get. Can the Panzer IV turn the tide here? Need to stop up. There we go. Guards infantry suffering heavily here. No, the assault rifles sort of good medium to short range, but no, though, they're generally a lot more effective when you're not bloody moving. They're not submachine guns. So keep that in mind.
The Russians are attacking!
And he's moving up.
Ready!
There you go, Panzer IV charging in, nothing to stop it. Air support going in. Field gun recruit here by the Soviets. Field gun cleared out again. I do think they should try and secure it for the Reich and turn it against the Soviet opponents. Also, command bunker might prove to be a wise idea here.
It's in our hands now!
Panzer IV though needs to be careful, careful. He's turning with the rear towards the enemy. S-35 here running for Neil. Oh dear, the Panzer IV here is quite in a position to be an easy target. Really pushing his luck here, and he's using here that Jove is trading up fuel or munitions, popping off the last Mohicans. MG-42's dueling it out, the one they cover, definitely winning out there. Panzer IV here with a damaged engine. Lots of mines on the path to get out of there. Stun grenade here out, didn't even set the grenades as the MG-42 behind the shock tube was sorted that out. Panzer IV here in a, 9. Heavy engine damage. Boots knocked lighter. Then these hitting the cameras, the shock tube, it's not enough, the shock tube to get close. Scored down, and the last of the Mohicans has pretty much been crippled. T-34 arriving. The situation is chaotic and grim. If only they'd secured that field gun, you know. I feel like saying. Panzer strikes up here. And now just getting a ton of grenadiers and some infantry here for the last of the Mohicans. Incendiary barrage goes off. A Panzer strike was shot. Looks like the Panzers were lost. How tragic was lost. How tragic. And the T-34 just rushing through the flames and the fire.
Experience is the best teacher.
A chaotic situation. There we go, collapsed. But time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is looking a bit grim here for the Germans. They've had a rather poor start, and I can't help but feel they made several bad calls throughout this match in terms of how utilising their German troops out of place as support weapons, and of course pulling back in time, which has rather favoured the Soviet players in several regards, by simply, causing quite large losses to the Germans as they keep, extending, keep pushing their luck beyond what it can hold, and end up losing large amount of troops, snipers, MGs, grenadiers, panzer grenadiers, over and over again. And it's rather without actually causing, similar losses on the Soviets, which really allows them to maintain a larger field presence, and overall just cause a much larger pain in the arse, in particular since they've handed over 2 MG-42s to them, which overall gives the Soviets quite a bit of machine gun firepower, plus the Maxims, plus the mortars. Overall a much greater suite of combined arms as well. We're also running a half-track up, probably going to be upgraded to the Quad mount to really tear through enemy infantry, and of course provide air support, since he knows of course there's close air support from one of the German players. Of course having air-to-aircraft gun up will probably help a bit in that department, as long as of course it's utilised properly. So things are definitely looking to be a bit ugly. But the Germans, and certainly chances are not looking good. I mean, he could keep playing in hope for the Tiger to sort of slightly turn things around, but even then they need some armour out. And Joe, if you really insist on getting something like, say, keep playing with the close air support method and then not taking up, he needs to get some more support weapons. He needs to get some packs out. He needs to get some mortars out. He needs to get some more troops out beyond that, and overall have more, broader force, and then use air support that. He shouldn't just spam infantry and then, for example, say just push in with air support with that. I mean, that's going to be a lot more limited. He should then also consider setting up some bunkers somehow to sort of give him some further edge in different combat situations. But again, more armor than here for Last of Mohicans, and he should be more careful with his Panzer IVs. That Panzer IV loss there was definitely because on in caution. And the Germans need some pioneers with mine troops. I'm surprised again they didn't really do much to clear out the village or even check for it. I mean, they got extremely lucky there. Somehow, in the end though, that really is going to hurt them a lot more, in particular that Panzer IV there. So, some thoughts there. But back to the fight. Russians basically just need to keep pushing and keep doing what they're doing. They're role playing pretty well. I mean, nothing really to comment on as such there. They're taking advantage of every German mistake, punishing them hard, and so on, so on. In terms of damage, of course, I mean, they're actually ahead of the Germans at the moment. That actually ought to say something as well. Half track here. Troops moving in. Another intervention from the Luftwaffe. And looks like that pilot escaped.
43! Let's kill some rebels!
Looks fine there. And there go a half tank moving up. Panzer Grenadiers pressed there already. And thus can't really fire very well.
Grenadiers here!
Half tank moving in.
You have orders? Contact! Infantry!
And of course the mortars also make it difficult for Germany to attack from here simply due to the sheer amount of artillery fire then. T-34s and S-35 certainly don't help either, and looks like another incendiary barrage maybe. Yes indeed. Lighting the area on fire. Panzer still have a hard time hitting there. Looks like they finally got what was in that house though. Getting behind only the half track. Panzer though should be careful out in the open here versus the half track. It can kill and it can suppress. Of course the half track needs to pull back. KV-8 here running for Neo. That's going to be painful. Panzer forming in support. Good job then switching avenues, at least realising that putting down here is not going to result in much good.
The enemy is taking our territory.
But it's definitely an ugly situation. Interesting. Damage and the Panzer 4. S-35 moving up once more. He got perhaps a bit too reckless there. Panzers need to work close to support it. Schnell. Might get the cape, but there you go. S-35's opening up there. Pop smoke. Oh, he does now. The mini's forward. Got the KV-8. Got the KV-8. We need to quickly do something. S-35. What?
We are down to 300 points.
Grenadiers here dying, by the way, horribly. Panzers still seem to be having absolutely horrible luck hitting anything resembling an enemy vehicle today. Christ, looks like someone's been hitting the schnapps too hard. There we go, quick incendiary round, allowing the Panzers to fall back a bit there. Looks like for once, LastMohicans will get a tank out of there safely, pulling back into Tnrg. Again, there's a massive difference in sort of the forces available, again, due to the fact that Soviets have been playing a much sharper game, I feel. S-35 moving in there, T-34 moving in, Panzers doing what they can there in the burned out hedgerows. Or hedges. There goes into the down at the same time versus a tank with only light cover to really provide support. Things are a bit dangerous. T-34 almost down though.
The enemy has taken our supply sector. Incoming rounds!
Mine engagement down here, Germans pushing over there as well. And there goes again, the F-52 is now much better close to medium range than previously where there were more long range weapons, which also had a slight tendency overlapping with the MU-42. Need to stop moving there, just cut down the Russians on the retreat maybe. There we go. That could definitely hurt Tnrg and give them a slight chance of getting back if they can cripple the infantry, but no, it looks like the Russians get away.
Yes, comrade. The enemy has us fire.
Another strafing run.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory.
And now we got another Maxim, another machine gun. Field gun there, recruit again. Jove pushing in with the infantry as available.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
While the Russians put up a spirited defense here. Might be able to clear out the occupants. A quick stun grenade might prove well. Lots of panzers with panzering seen for Jove. MD-42 tool here, but we ain't sending around here on the MD-42. For the Germans, they should have the chance. They've got massive assault going in. Panzers do not have the firepower to really repel it. They have a fun grenade, but that's about it. And even that doesn't turn out to be enough. Panzer all ready for the fight again. No attempt at troop training there for the LastMohicans. I mean, he would be able to get this eventually too if he used it right there with all the regiments it already has. So I can't help but feel that's a bit of a missed opportunity right there by the LastMohicans. Well, mechanized support here for Tnrg. RC-152s definitely look to be on the table. Oh, so the Germans seem to be floating quite a bit here. Kanonen Vogel moves in. Clearing out. Panda 4, they need to fall back. Pop smoke on Blitz. And there we go. Mark vehicle up. Increasing the damage taken. I fear it won't make it out of there. If he'd used troop training on it again, it might have been better into this stage. Had a higher chance of deflecting shots, but sadly no. Once more, it looks like it escapes the grasp of the Soviet army, but again, so it really has a rather vicious grip here on things. Though at the same time, they don't hold much of the territory. On the other hand, they got the larger force again, they're just doing massive amounts of damage. And with an ISU 152 soon on the field, things are about to get a lot more ugly. The Svedo boy, the Beast Killer, heavy assault gun. A desperate fight here for the centre for the victory points. Looks like an incendiary round going in there on the grenades and the sniper. Yes, indeed. Time to get that SU-5. ISU-152 is definitely going to make a massive mess of things here. No idea why he's floating that much. I suppose he could be trying to save up for the Tigers, but you don't need that much manpower for it. Overall, some rather problematic play.
Vehicles can be marked and targeted.
And there goes ISU-152 fires, and he doesn't hit that much.
We now have access to ISU-152 tanks.
Another move there. And the Jericho trumpet. Looks like the artillery and other things here are the target. Mortar down, Maxim down. That did something. But they're far from safe. Far from safe. And it is they're wiped out with the shock troopers already mentioned in 3. Panzer IV once more fit for the fight. Some troop training. You can do it, last of the Mohicans. You've got plenty of resource. Also surprised the Germans haven't gone for any fuel caches. Given all the manpower they're floating and such, they should consider it. You might give them a slightly stronger chance here. Now looks like it's the Soviets' turn to strafe. Or is it maybe just air reconnaissance? Nope, bombing strike. Oh, that did do something.
We are ready to go, comrades. HMG crew is ready.
And could it be here that Neo is aiming for an IS to himself? But come on, last of the Mohicans.
HMG ready for action.
Stop floating so much manpower.
Assault gun ready for action. Ready for orders.
Oh well, again, all I had to work with really, I think that was sort of me moderately interesting. So again, my apologies, but I have to work with what there is, not what I wish what there was. Panzer IV rolls forwards again. Still no troop training. Oh, that's another one. So now he's got 2 of them still. No troop. Oh, he got troop training in that one, but not this one. Again. More German Air Force antics. Another Stuka bombing strike. And field gun didn't make it. Looks like someone went down here. SU-5 abandoned.
Ready.
The centre's actually open here for German assault. Could this? Well, there's still the ISU-152 though, and there we go. Panzer IV crew got shook to death.
What do you need?
Or maybe just killed by bits of, well, the tank actually spawning off and killing them inside.
Shoot back, comrade!
Panda 4 secured. Jove here getting himself some armour. And there we go, finally got himself the Tiger Ace. Take up plenty of manpower, use it though. Trying to blitz the in with the path blocked here by the T-34 and field gun actually 52 firing, oh dear.
Okay, that's the last one.
T-34 almost done, but escapes. Another sniper here for Jove. It would be an idea then maybe for the LastMohican to train a lot of pioneers to repair his teammates' vehicles. I mean, getting that Panzer IV to fire back in the fight as quickly as possible could prove advantageous for the Germans. Tiger Ace moving in on its own, very much on its own without any support. High risk play here, might be a last throw of the dice. Blitzing in. Target weak point would be a good thing here. Target weak point. Ice 2, 1 also ready. Close to getting the ICU 152. A bit of air support could be on the way, maybe. But no sign of it. Depends on finding what he can.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
And the ICU 152 escapes. Tiger Ace, in fact, could go down. 9. And there we go, main gun wrecked. And there we go, one anti-tank rifle shot through the radiator. Sentinel spinning out of control here. Grenades are doing some terrible things.
Enemy contact!
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Another squad wiped out. That pretty much looks like game over though. Only one Pioneer squad still flowing out of resource. Again, no attempt yet, for example, quickly getting all these things back into the fight quickly.
IS-2 heavy tank is ready for deployment.
And I can't really help feel, but again, the LastMohican really failed to get that Panda 4 anywhere good with some purchase veterans. That might early on, in fact, have given them a much better chance. Except right now, it feels like they've wasted it.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
Another squad wiped out here, the ISU-152, proving lethal as ever. Back to Jove, the Germans are more or less crippled in terms of damage. They've actually sort of slightly gone back, at least Jove has, but LastMohican still falling behind. Unfortunately.
Our lines of supply
Might as well sweep this up. There you go, the Panzer IV is ready.
Who ordered the flamethrower?
ready.
Our MG-42s have arrived.
We have casualties.
And there we go, game over. A loss here for the Kampfgruppe, a loss for the Germans. This rather came down to the Germans sort of throughout the match actually conducting his use. Rather poor calls, I have to say, on sort of the situation several times in early on, losing MG-42s. Not really in some cases taking advantage of the situation, but overall just pushing their luck way too far, and then the Soviets basically exploiting that. Also some poor strategic choices. I mean, Jove basically playing with a rather uniform force while also going for this. He should definitely spread out a bit more in terms of what he had available. And LastMohican's definitely not playing his commander very much to its strengths. I mean, really, he should have used troop training a lot more, and I'm also surprised there were no fuel caches at all for the Germans. Really, he should have had that Panzer IV, in particular that one he actually means veterans to. Again, have to use some troop training on it from time to time when he pulled back for repairs. He could easily have had it at Veterans 3, and that would definitely give him a lot much more of a chance to sort of really push through and do some damage. But again, it never quite came about. No roll troop. My plans there, the troop training just really wasn't utilised very much. Packs never came on the field as well. They didn't secure the enemy field gun. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what they were thinking, because they're actually pretty high-ranking players, and then they just played like this. That's definitely a bit of a mystery for me. The Soviets certainly play alright though, but really just mainly came down to the Germans sort of making up of, well, not very strong cold. The Soviets had a nice force, overall good composition, took advantage of their opponent's weaknesses, mines, all that. I mean, really not a lot to complain about there. But again, the Germans, I mean, competent, but yes, strategically there were a lot of things not working overall for them. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did want to subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay of your own. If you do provide a link to the leaderboards to show me where you are. And you know, always feel free to comment in the section for the comments. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.